we're not going to make the session too long, but I hope everybody's been all right and you've been enjoying your weekend or your bank holiday weekend. I for sure have. Been nice to rest just a little bit, and looking forward to get back into the swing of things tomorrow. I see that some of you have been taking some trades today. Very well done, and let's keep this up for a bank holiday. The movement in the market has been pretty good, so imagine what it's going to be like for the rest of the week. We would definitely be able to see. Right. So I don't have much to talk about, to be honest with you, other than the fact that I don't know if you guys remembered or remember, I made an announcement to say that I will get together, not an indicator, but a tool for you to use on MT4 so that you can manage your trades by risk, how much you want to risk by money or by How is it now, guys? Can you hear me? We're good to go? All right. I don't know how much of that you heard, but I was just saying, I don't know if you remember, I think about a week ago, I mentioned that I was going to get together basically a trading panel for you guys to use on MT4 to be able to manage your trades via risk percent or by how much money you want to put up on a trade, and also be able to manage those trades to break even, stop loss to half, take 50% off. That has actually been completed, and a member in the community was able to put this together for us. We shared ideas and he's actually got the trade panel all sorted out. So this is going to be available to all of you for absolutely 0 pence. You guys can have it. You can use it. I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to be jumping on a call with him tomorrow morning to go through it. And then I'm going to put together a video for you guys. But yeah, very exciting to announce that we're going to be able to roll this out for all of you here. Other than that, that's the only announcement I've got. If we can just take the first question or first chart for whoever would like to come forward, and we'll get the show on the road.
Hey, Rox.
What's happening?
How you doing? It's Stephanie.
Good. Nice to have you on with us, sis.
Yes, nice to talk to you too. I've been, doing my 100 trade challenge, and it's been really well so far. I've been able to see see where I fault a lot, like where I guess I get confused. One of the questions I had was I took a trade this morning, and I just wanted to go over structure because I was kind of lost with the momentum. I wasn't sure if there was it's still in an upwards momentum on GU.
Okay.
Yeah.
So initially, did you look at the 4H to see the structure of the market?
Yes.
So just visually, we can see that this market is clearly to the upside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So did you take a buy?
Yes.
All right. You identified a key level. So you're looking for price to break above structure, and then you're looking for that higher low. So we'll identify that in a sec once I change this back around. Okay. So here we have the break above structure, and then we can see the higher high of the structure in and around here. And this looks like a reasonable level for a higher low. Okay. So that's all we need to work with for this trading day. Just one single line, looking for buys. That's obviously clear. And then you're scaling down to start looking for behavior and momentum. Is this correct?
Right.
Okay. So we go to our hourly time frame. At the time that you're identifying this buying opportunity, was this when the price was moving sideways, or was it once price broke out of this area?
It was once price broke out the zone. I put a buy stop right here, where you have it's right after this candle right here. So it's right now, that's where it's at.
Oh, now you've taken the trade.
Yeah, no, if you go a few candles lower.
Hmm.
Yeah, right after it broke out.
Okay, so you wait for price to come back for the retest, and then you look for the buying
Yeah,
opportunity. Okay, this
yeah.
is perfect. Very well done. And then your entry time frame was at the 15-minute or the 5-minute?
I did 15.
Okay, that's fine. Did you wait for the bullish pressure to step back into the market to indicate that this will be the retest?
Yes, I feel like that's why I put my stop loss right there.
Yeah, was it below this candle, the previous candle?
Yeah. Mhm.
This one here, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then your entry time frame was what time frame? The 15-minute?
Yeah.
Okay, well done. So then you've come to the charts now. You've identified that the structure of this market has just broken out. You can see the
Mhm.
retest of the structure back into um, the area where price was consolidating. So it's a
Right.
nice retest. We don't even need to think of it as a retest anyway. We can just identify this as a push phase, exhaustion phase. Based on the 4H structure, we're nowhere bad bias anyway. So even if we didn't use this level, that's completely fine because we just know that we're waiting for price to indicate to us a higher low. Now, in and around this area here, you probably could have looked at this as a higher low
Mhm.
also at the time, but obviously you was waiting for, or whatever, when you decided to enter the trade, it was down here. So back to the 15 minutes, we can see now that price has started to show bearish sentiment in the market, making lower highs and lower lows.
Mhm.
And your entry was at based on, well, I know it was a retest, so let's put this line back here. Was it based on this initial retest, or did you wait for price to start shifting, which was the hourly close, which is this one to the upside, and then look for that retest?
Yeah, I waited for price to shift right here, like where you have this the doji. But my thing is like I get confused on the exhaustion. Is like is am I supposed to be entering on like a nice exhaustion level like this, or do I just wait for the price to start flowing with momentum with the bullish candle? Because that's what I did. I waited for the bullish candle to pop up, and then I put my it was a buy stop or
Yeah,
a buy limit. Like
buy stop. So
buy stop,
so
yeah.
these candles here, this is the first hour indicating this exhaustion and now this bullish sentiment back into the market. So when you're looking to enter this, you're looking to enter this once you've got this information, once price comes back to this level, and then you're looking for a buy stop, something like this, with your stop loss above this level here. It's completely fine. And then you're going for your 1 to 3. I don't know if this is how you took the trade.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to hit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's absolutely perfect. I don't think you've done anything wrong. But
Okay. Okay.
just to clarify, we will always want to make sure that this structure on your entry time frame changes, which is going to be identifying price break in this level here.
Mhm.
This will indicate once price breaks above it that there's a potential reversal in play. This hourly candle is now indicating to you bullish sentiment after this bearish move to the downside. This is your key level where prices come back to retest or create that higher low. And then this is price coming back to the level, confirming that the bears are trying to push the market down, but failing with this wick rejection as an identifier mark. And then you're going in the trade with your buy stop, which is absolutely perfect. Honestly,
Okay. Okay.
it's a very good
Nice.
trade.
Thank you so much. Cause I just get a little confused on that. But thank
Nah,
you.
very well done, sis.
Thank-
Next question, next chart, please.
Hello, Rox.
Hello, we're talking to Giles, right?
Yeah, Giles, how's it going?
I'm good, bro. You all right?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Good, good. Thank you.
Um, yeah, so mine was very similar to the lady that just spoke. However, I was waiting for the higher low, which we did get. However, because it happened within sort of 2 15-minute candles, it didn't give me a chance to get the um, my sort of my entry in the right place so that it was positioned between the high and the low and I could get to break even ASAP.
So did you take a trade on GU as well?
Well, I took one earlier in the day, but that one was the one you said just to the left. That
Yeah.
had the first higher low from the breakout.
Yeah.
I went for that. However, obviously it sank afterwards.
Yeah, sure. Well, we'll
Uh,
take a look at that then. Did you recognize where you entered this trade on the hourly candle? Was it towards the open or towards the end? Do you know?
I think it was towards the beginning, I think, because it was. Let me just look. So I entered So it was like 10:30, I think. Yeah, 10:30. So in the middle.
Okay, all right, no problem. Let's go through this. Did the trade win or lose, or did it go tank against you?
Yeah, so it tagged me in, and then that's when it sank back to the retest line.
Okay.
But I mean, in terms of taking the trade, I think it's a trade I would take over and over again. I think I was just unlucky in this
Okay. All right.
instance.
All right, fine. Excuse me, let's take a look at this. So let's remove all of this. You entered the trade as a buy, did you say?
Yep.
Around here?
Yep. So that's the high low I put.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hold on. Was this not the area I just mentioned? Yeah. Did you just see what I just said to Steph, that this was an area that could be identified as a higher low as well?
Yeah.
Do you hear me say that? So you taking this trade at this higher low, as long as you didn't enter on this first.
Oh no, I waited for that higher high to form as well.
Yeah.
And then it pulled back for the double bottom.
Yeah. Perfect. On this
Sorry,
occasion, no, it's fine. On this occasion, Giles, I just think that you was just unfortunate to have lost this. It's a trade that you would take over and over again.
Yeah.
Definitely. And let's just identify something, one last thing. Because not every trade we take is going to be a bad trade. You know that, right? So
yeah, it's actually quite funny since starting the course, and then actually implementing it, which I have been. This is actually my first loss I've taken. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. So.
That's pretty good. So when you took this buy, took this buy. This is this? I can't remember if this is the 10 to 11 candle. Yes, it is 10 to 11 candle. So 10 to 11. So this is actually the new 4H open, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the new 4H opened. The new 4H opened. This is bearish, bullish. Yeah. Okay. Opened at the top, which is just above this red line here, because this was a close, so new open. And then this candle pulled back to create this wick first, didn't it? Yeah, this wick first, which is a good pullback off the previous candle.
And even on the hourly, it created a nice little bottom as well.
Yeah. So you're marking this as your range. This is completely fine. This is a great idea. And then you're looking to take the trade down at the low of this, making sure you have enough range back to the upside. And then when you're taking this trade, you're entering at the bottom of this candle with a buy stop loss below structure, 8-9, stop loss up. This is perfect. Yeah, this was a perfect trade, bro, to be honest with you. It was a beautiful setup. Everything lined up on the 4H. You had enough evidence to confirm that the buys was good. You also had enough evidence on the hourly, and the pattern on the 15-minute was really good as well. So just continue trading like this, taking trades like this, bro. And you definitely, like you said, this is your first loss, man. So you will continue to see those profits turn around. So just keep it up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Awesome. Nice one. Thank you.
No, thanks for coming forward, Giles. It's always nice to hear new members coming forward and participating. It's very refreshing. New questions and that.
Good so far. Loving it.
Thanks, bro.
Nice. Thank you.
All right, let's take the next question. Hello?
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You okay?
Okay, so can you see the USD CAD? AUD CAD. Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar.
Okay, fine. 4H time frame, what we looking at?
Yeah, 4H, but I entered in 55 minutes. My entry is about...
But listen, Banjara.
Okay.
I think I go over this with you all the time. I always want to know your perspective on the 4H first, then your behavior, then your entry, please.
Okay.
So your bias on the 4H was what?
I see the market is overextended at the top and the rejection, and in the 5 minute I see I identify the pattern.
Sure. So do you ever use the hourly or just the 4H?
Yeah. No. I go to 4H and hourly and
okay. So fine. Listen. So you see the market's overextended, which I really like. So very well recognized. We have the higher low, higher high, and now you can suspect the exhaustion. Are we talking about this area in the market?
Yeah.
Are we talking about this area on the market?
I don't get it.
Is this the trade that you took around this area?
Yeah, it's around 1350. 1350.
13.50. What, the time you took the trade? Sorry, bro. Is that when you took? Did you take a sell?
Yeah,
Is this the area you took the sell?
yeah, I took from 5 minutes. Yeah,
I
in around that
know,
area.
bro.
Like
I
it's
know. Listen, I know. What I'm asking you on the hourly time frame, is this the behavior that you saw before you went down to the 5 minute?
not really. Like first candle rejection and second candle is like forming, and I go to the 5 minute.
Right. Okay. Fine. So it was this area. So let's go to the 5 minute time frame. Okay. Cool. So you're on the 5 minute time frame now, and what are you seeing on this time frame?
It's like if you see at the at the left side, the market is stepping higher highs and higher lows, and 2 weeks of rejection came back and goes up rejection, and then I use the like sell stop to enter,
Yeah.
and then I was triggering the trade and hit the stop loss.
So did you enter the trade over here?
Just after that, that's
Here.
over. After, yeah, I know that period.
Oh, right. Okay. So you took the trade here, and then you got triggered into the trade, and then it was a stop loss.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Cool. So this is where you took the trade. So you're identifying the market to the upside, you're identifying price not breaking above previous structure, and then you're identifying this as a lower high level, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Hourly time frame at the time of this was indicating to us a strong push face to the upside, an area of wick rejections in and around this area, and you're looking for price to exhaust that level and then come back to the downside. The time of you entering this trade was around 2, so 10, 12, 2 new 4-hour open. Previous candle, strong push to the upside with a wick rejection. 15-minute time frame is indicating a level, lower, high level, and then the 5-minute time frame is indicating a break of structure, double top, lower, high, wick rejections, and an entry. Yeah, this was a very good trade also, bro. Banjara,
Yes.
this was also a very good trade.
Okay,
It's
so
just sometimes you're gonna lose them.
yeah,
This was
so nowadays, like I was just stuck in this kind of trade. Like I stop out and then market then fall down.
bro.
The same
Listen.
happened like 2 or 3 times.
But listen,
Yeah.
it happens, right?
Yeah.
And it will continue to happen throughout your trading career. It's not no one can avoid it. But let me ask you something. If you got stopped out of this trade, then that just means you lost the trade, right? And the reason why you use risk management is so that you can live to trade another day. If you identify that the market structure is now indicating to you another opportunity, your risk management, by accepting this loss, will then give you an opportunity to be able to take another trade when the trade develops. If you don't take this trade, then you just wait till tomorrow and you wait for another one. Some days you're going to take a trade and it's going to go in your direction. Like last week, we saw your trades and you've done very well. Today may just be one of those days where you take a trade and it goes against you, and then it just is what it is. Do you understand? You have to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just part and parcel. It does hurt. Don't get me wrong, it does hurt, but it is just what it is, and there's just nothing we can do about it. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yeah? I know that's not what you want to hear, but there's nothing else you are going to hear, because the truth is, you know, there's nothing you can change and there's nothing that you can control. So if the market decides to go against you, it didn't go against you. It just means it went up first before it went down. Do you understand? It's not personal and it's not related to you.
So
Make
like
sense?
so if I want to trade with the 1H and 30 minutes, so do I need to look for 5 minute and 50-minute too or not? Like when if I want to like monitoring 1 hour and 30-minute candlestick, and
You use 4H, 1H, and 30 minutes. That's it. You don't need 15 minutes or 5 minutes. Your 30-minute time frame is going to be your entry time frame. Your 4H is going to be your structure time frame. And your 1H is going to be
One
more
behavior.
behavioral time frame. The 1H is only going to break down what you can't read in the 4H.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. All right, cool. Next question, next chart, please.
Hi, Rock.
Hello, bro.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you, man.
Good. Man, I was looking at AJ.
Are you DJPY?
Yeah.
Okay, 4H time frame. Did you take a trade?
Yes, I took a trade and it took me out.
Hold tight, hold tight. Did you take a buy or a sell?
I took a sell.
Okay, what structure is the market?
Right now.
Yeah, how do you identify
Right.
this market?
Oh, can you see the on H1? If you can go to H1 quickly.
No, sorry, bro. How do you identify the 4H time frame?
Or the 4H time frame. It was in a double top facing.
The double top phase. Okay, fine. So double top phase. This is how you identify the double top, or over here?
Yeah, over there, a bit back. Yeah, just like
Okay,
that.
fine. So hourly time frame.
Yes.
And what are you identifying?
Then I identify a lower low.
Where's your lower low here?
No, up a bit up. Yeah,
Yeah?
there. Yes.
Okay. How is this a lower low?
I was at it broke the structure. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I understand, and I'm not
Yeah.
trying to quiz you. I'm just trying to understand your thought process. This is not a lower low, is it? If the market structure is up at this moment in time,
Yeah.
this is not a lower low. This is not a break of structure. What is a break of structure is this.
Yeah, I mean that bearish candle, that big bearish candle.
Oh, this one here.
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Okay, fine. So we're looking at this over here now, yeah?
Yeah, we're looking at that level. Yes.
Okay. And then what happens from this point?
On the H1, then I saw weak rejections out to that level.
Yeah. So you saw wick
That-
rejection
the-
in and around here, yeah?
Yes.
And you identify this for a sell opportunity?
Yes. But I went to the M15 time frame
Yeah.
and waited for the structure to come back up. As you can see, it made a U.
Right here?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I waited until it went down and came
Right.
up with the U.
So what? This is where you sold the market here?
No, I sold the market in the second phase.
This
Yeah.
phase?
Go to the right a bit. To the right. Right, up, right again. Yeah, those weak rejections there.
Well, hold on a minute. What phase is this market?
A down phase.
Right. Once this structure breaks, what does this become? If a structure breaks and now you have price trading higher than the previous level, this becomes a what structure? What does it become? If we break the trend to the downside, to the upside, this becomes a what structure? Higher low, right?
Higher low, yeah.
Now, after a higher low, if price continues to push up and break above the previous structure, what structure is this?
A higher low.
This one here, the X.
Higher high, higher high.
Right. Now, how was you taking this trade? As a buy or a sell?
Oh, I took it as a sell because of those weak rejections right there.
Wait.
Because I extend.
Wait. So, yeah, fine. So you saw the wick rejections. And then at this stage right now, you're identifying this market structure as what?
A higher high.
Yeah, correct. But what made you want to go in for the sell? What was standing out to you that was making you want to go in for the sell?
I saw that point as a level from the previous rejections.
Okay, but you're selling into a buy bias behaviored market at this moment in time, right? You do realize that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's not wrong, okay?
Yeah.
It's not wrong, but if you guys are taking trades, I need you to understand why you're taking the trade. So if the market has made a higher high and you get these wick rejections and you want to sell this, what are you selling? Are you selling a lower high or are you selling an exhaustion?
Exhaustion.
Correct. Now, in any exhaustion phase, it's always going to be less of a reaction in your direction, which is the sell bias direction, because if the structure is bullish, then eventually the market's going to make a higher low before it continues to go up, right?
Yeah.
If you plan to take this trade, you need to make sure you're taking this trade as high as you can up into these levels here, so that once price exhausts to create that higher low, you have enough room to get to break even. So let me just guess where you would have taken this trade. Firstly, did you enter this trade around this area? If you say no, that's fine.
No.
Okay, fine. So did you enter the trade something like this?
Yes.
Correct. Now, why do I know that? Because you got stopped out, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Now, let me ask you something. The area that you identify as the area where price is reacting to, you're not expecting the exhaustion as an exhaustion because you think it's a lower high. But now that we've obviously corrected that, we know this is an exhaustion trade. If you enter the trade this late into this area with such a big range on the 15-minute candle, your chances of hitting your take profit are very, very slim. What's the reason for that? Because if this is just an exhaustion phase before the market continues to the upside, then what's the chances of you hitting your take profit down at 1 to 3? It's very, very slim. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So now, how do you combat this? Well, you identify this area in the market as the area where price is reacting to. You trust your analysis at this stage, and you don't wait for too much confirmation to make you feel secure in taking that trade. You already got the evidence. So what can you do? You can look to enter the trade up here. There's no reason why you can't enter it here or around here. It makes a huge difference because now your stop loss becomes much smaller. You may not still hit your 1 to 3, but your chances of getting to break even are much, much higher. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Fine. When you did enter this trade anyway, you entered it down here. Did you not have a chance to get to break even at all?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance.
You didn't? Was your stop loss
Yes.
much higher than this?
It was just above the week.
Okay, so what I need you to understand, firstly, just a couple lessons from this. This is not a
Yes.
lower high, because remember, the behavior of the market has changed to bullish. This becomes a higher high. These wick rejections are definitely telling us a story, and that story is telling us that price may exhaust at this moment in time. So with that thought process in mind, what you've got to be saying to yourself is, if this is the exhaustion phase in the market, is it wise for me to be entering this trade with such a large stop loss? Because if price only goes in my direction a tiny bit to create that higher low, what is the chances I'll get to break even or hit take profit? Does this make sense?
Yes.
And you need to continue with that criteria in mind, because if you entered this as a continuation, it wouldn't matter if your stop loss was up here. And you might be asking why. Well, the market in a continuation phase has more chance of pushing in your direction for a longer period of time, as opposed to taking an exhaustion trade, which could create the higher low and go up.
Yeah. Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So yeah, just a little lesson, man. You learn from your trades every single day, and hopefully you can take something from this moving forward onto your next trades.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, man.
You're welcome, my bro. And thanks for coming forward. It's nice to hear new voices.
Thanks, man.
Next question, next chart, please. We'll take
Rocks,
one or two more. What's happening?
Rocks, CAD, JPY.
Who we talking to? John?
Yes.
Damn, dog. You got that strong voice.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, and nice to have you on, John.
Thank you.
Damn, guys, man. I'm just so happy. Like, seriously. Some evenings I feel tired. Some daytime I feel tired. But when I see you guys jumping on these sessions and having like 120 members on right now, it just makes me so happy, man. Because you know what? It shows me that you guys just want to learn and you want to get the most out of your time here in the academy. And it just helps just keep me motivated to just do what I do. So I appreciate the attendance and all the questions and everybody's participation, man. Anyway, Mr. Wilson, where we going with this?
Yeah, CAD, JPY.
CAD, JPY. Wait, ain't it supposed to type? CAD, JPY. Okay, so talk to me from the 4H, please.
Yes, sir. Yes. So from the 4 hour, you know, we can see where it was ranging. It broke structure, and it was pushing down, and I noticed that, two of those candles before, the one that has the big wick on it there, was showing me that it was losing momentum, pushing down. So I noticed that. Then, so then when I noticed, the one that has, the doji or the pintail, whatever you want to call that one.
Yeah, man, I understand.
Yeah, when it rejected like that, the way I was reading that was possible exhaustion from that push.
So from this level here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I like that. I really like that a lot. So this is what we're identifying. So first things first, do you see this as a range, or are you starting to see that price is breaking below these levels and creating this push phase?
Yeah, I mean, I see all those wicks, but I mean, I saw that as price, breaking that structure right there, at least to some degree, and then it's losing momentum.
Well done. Okay, now talk to me. Behavioral time frame hourly. This is where we're seeing the wick rejections, right?
Yeah. So what I noticed is, and I guess I'm like a lot of people in here. I have trouble with buys, but I went for a buy on this one, and I actually won it. But anyway, I look at multiple time frames, but I noticed, the rejection on the hour and on the 30-minute. And then I took the trade off of the 15-minute after it, formed a lower, higher low.
Yeah. So we'll go to the 15-minute. So for those that are here that don't know John, you probably won't see him typing in the main channel and that. He works behind closed doors a lot, and his story is very, it's very touching, man. Like the guys, I'm not going to talk about his private life. That's not my business to do so. And maybe if he agrees to, I could do an interview with him in the future. But he's gone through his fair share, and he's been here for quite some time. And to be honest with you, he probably, has been the most, I don't know how to say the word right, but he hasn't stopped messaging me, right? Or didn't stop messaging me all of the time, even when I didn't reply to him at one stage, because he was just sending so many messages. Right, John?
Yeah, I know.
And
it's probably getting on your nerves.
Nah, he wasn't getting on my nerves. It was just like I was trying to help John to get through what he was going through, and it was very difficult because, I mean, would you say you lack confidence a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say, from my history, I'm sure a lot of people have experienced. I'm not, wanting any sympathy or anything like that, but I just think from my history, it's something I'm going to have to work through. But I mean, I know I can do it, right? I'm going to do it. It's just staying on top of this.
Yeah. So listen, anyway, long story short, this guy's been putting in the work behind closed doors, and he's probably one of the slower learners for whatever reason. As you can hear, he's a very intellectual guy, but I just think processing some of the information, or all of the information that he's been, receiving, has, been a bit overwhelming. Anyway, he continued his journey, and now just having him on the session right now and just hearing the way he's talking about his charts and his understanding of the charts is absolutely phenomenal. And, credit where credit's due, but John has really, really put in the work, and he's been consistent, and he hasn't been profitable until recent, but he's been consistent and he hasn't given up. And that's just really just shows you guys, some of you here, you can turn things around in a week, 3 weeks, 3 months, and others is going to take a little bit longer. And even credit to Marvin as well, who's been here for a long time. In recent, like the last few weeks, his trading's been phenomenal as well. But while we have John on here, and I just want to say, guys, you must reach out to people in the community. That's what this community is for. If you find that you have a connection with somebody, or you see that you look up to somebody, or you admire to somebody's trading, reach out to them. Because as much as I tried to help John for a very long time, I don't know if we got anywhere, and we may have, we may not have, but then credit now to Stubbsy, because John went over to Stubbsy and asked Stubbsy for some help, and Stubbsy helped him. And from the minute I found out that John was conversing with Stubbsy and Stubbsy was giving some hints and tips, now where John is at is absolutely unbelievable. it's almost like you're just reborn, a new person, and just the way you're talking on this session and your trades and your results, bro, is absolutely phenomenal. So big ups to you, John, for your consistency, and a big thank you to Stubbsy, man, for putting in the effort and time with John. Really is. And guys, listen, as much as I'm
so much effort, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know, bro.
Work and effort. So good for you, John. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Stubbs is the real deal out here, guys, and he's helped John just to get past those hurdles that he couldn't get past. So I want to say thank you to Stubbsy, because it's just so inspiring to see somebody like John come through the roughs the way he has and to get to where he is now. So keep it up, bro. And yeah, let's continue. So on to the 15-minute time frame. What was your entry time frame, John?
Yeah, I was on a 15-minute time frame, rock switch. I mean, a lot of times I like to enter on the 5-minute, but this one I like the 15 look better. And so I entered at, it would have been, you see after that big bull candle, and then you had like a couple of dojis right there.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah, so I placed a buy stop on above that. It was like above that second one a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was a 10 pip stop loss, and I kind of follow your rule just depending, but in this situation, when I usually put a 10 pip stop loss, I'll go for 27 pips. So I'd like take 3 off.
Yeah, man. Definitely. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do that every time. Like if I've got a 5 pip stop loss, I'll go ahead and go for 15. But in this scenario, I'll go for 27.
That was absolutely beautiful, man. That was absolutely beautiful. And you know something? This is what I want from everybody. I want you guys to be able to dissect the 4H and 1H first before you tell me about your patterns and entries. Because this is obviously where you take the trade. This is where the results are determined here, whether you get a win, loss, or break even. But the magic happens on the higher time frames. And believe me, once you learn to master the behavior of the markets and understand structure in like fine detail, then it doesn't matter what pair you trade, what instrument you trade, it's all the same thing. So for those that are focusing on patterns only, it's not going to work doing it in that fashion. You have to reverse engineer that and go back to market structure and behavior first. That's why the patterns and process is so good. And then move to your patterns and your entries. Okay? Very, very important. So John, very well done on this trade, man. Pretty special.
Thanks. I don't know, buys it seems like sometimes I'll take these and it'll stop me out or like come back down for like a retest or double bottom or something, but this one worked out.
Nah, man. Well done. And is this your first trade of the week?
Yes.
Yeah. Well done. And are you feeling more confident, John, now that you've found your way, sort of thing?
Yeah, I am. I really am. But for me, it's just, staying active. I mean, what I'll do is I'll try to talk to Stubbsy sometimes in the morning a little bit, and then look for trades. And then after that, I'll simulate for, like an hour or so. So it's just, I think I just need to see this over and over and over. And you're right. I'm with things. I tend to be a slow learner, but after I learn something, I feel like I learn it well.
Yeah. But that's just a personality trait that you have. Do you understand? When you're determined to achieve something or make something happen, you're going to continue to push at it and push at it. And then what you'll realize is that through that journey of pushing through it is going to be the hardest point on that journey. And if you continue to be persistent, regardless of the results, eventually everything will just start to slot into place. And when it does, things become so much more clearer. And then at that point, your acceleration, your turnaround, your results, everything just becomes exponential. But I'm telling you, your results will never be exponential, and you'll never see a consistent and profitable turnaround or any success in anything that you achieve if you don't go through the roughs first. Some people can learn sooner rather than others, and sometimes it takes longer. But the minute, if you continue to be persistent and you get through that stage, which is a horrible stage in any stage in learning, once you get through it, then you will reap the rewards of your efforts. Do you understand? And that's
Yes,
what's happening to you right now, and that's what's going to continue to happen.
I believe that. That's one thing that's keeping me going. Yes.
Definitely, man. Well done, John. Well, it was very nice talking to you, bro.
Thank you.
Keep it up. All right, everybody. Do we have one more question?
Hey, Rox.
Hey, Rox. Oh, okay, cool.
Daz?
Yeah, right.
What's happening, dude? You all right?
Yeah, good, good.
Good, good.
I was looking at EU. It's kind of the same as what John's just done.
EU for now? A trade for now?
No, well, I've not took a trade. I was just looking at see what you think.
Okay. So, look, as well, not just to you, Dad, I'm just saying to everybody, you see the market, you see the trade that that John just took, right? I believe that was just a recent one, right? Let me just check.
Yeah, it was.
Just a recent one. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, on CAD JPY. So, one thing I just want to say to you guys, at this time of day, trades like this may or may work in your favor. But what I've noticed, being in the markets for such a long time, is that usually around this time, things start to either slow down or just not really go in your favor. Okay? I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's psychological or just how the market moves. I just don't know. But what I would say to you lot, because if you notice, most of our trading happens from the morning till, let's say, about 4 o'clock-ish. Some people trade after that. But when I start to see people asking questions about trades at this time, coming towards like the close of the New York Stock Exchange, and then start entering into those high spread areas, I just think it's a suicidal time to even be looking at your charts. I think, and I know it must be hard as well, because some of you it's lunchtime, or yeah, definitely around lunchtime, some of the American countries and whatever else. So you are going to be looking at your charts. But I would just say to you, just be very careful coming to the close of the New York Stock Exchange, because the markets just act very weird. And then you start to enter those areas where the high spreads are happening. If anything, start closing down, or come away from your charts for when London closes. Allow the high spreads to go through its whatever it has to do for that hour. And then after that, you're better off trading, like going into like the Asian session, as opposed to this period here from like 6, 7, 8-ish. It's just a really weird session, in my honest opinion. But anyway, Daz, we were looking at Euro USD. So yeah, so was it Euro USD? Yeah. So the reason why I've just said that is because when it comes to this time, I get very uncomfortable with the charts. Me personally, anything after like 6 o'clock, I'm not comfortable with for some reason. But you're looking at this, right? And you're seeing this as a potential area for an exhaustion. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that I don't like about this is that this was the first sign of a potential exhaustion where that bullish pressure was coming into the market. Then you had another phase of bearish sentiment with more bullish pressure coming into the market. So we've had 8 hours worth of information of the bears not sustaining their control of the markets, and the bulls stepping in to show that they're obviously stepping in the markets. But still, for 8 hours, we've still not seen this lower high or the market push up. And what that makes me think is two things. We could potentially be entering a range, or the market's going to plummet to the downside, not to the upside. And it's just something that I see all of the time with the market. I'm not making this up, but it's just how I see the market. So for me personally, if you're planning to enter in trades like this, you have to be very careful with these areas. And what you have to make sure that you're doing is you're entering these trades on the at the earliest stage of the 4H candle being open, okay? So that you can take advantage of that range to the upside or to the downside. when you see the market now not being able to break the lows and close strong, or continue showing that evidence of bullish pressure, making that new lower high pushing to the upside, I would immediately start to say to myself, this is a range. And then from this point on, I would be waiting for strong evidence of an hourly break above to then look for those higher lows, or now just a break below structure for a continuation to the downside. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Do you understand that scenario? It's important that you do.
It's like there's not enough pressure to push it back up.
Yeah, it doesn't it look weird?
It makes sense, yeah.
It does look weird.
I was thinking it was quite a mess. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it's a mess. And most people will be looking at this and be like, most retail traders will be looking at this and they'll be like, oh, look, bullish pressure, bullish pressure, bullish pressure. And they'll be like, let's take the buys. And to me, it's just too simple to take the buys like that. So if I start to study the behavior of the market and understand that the bears weren't able to sustain it, the bears weren't able to sustain it, which then clearly indicates by these wick rejections, the bulls stepped into the market, but yet the bulls have not made that new lower high or even pushed to the upside. And even on this 4H candle, we can see they failed. Then, you know, what are the chances of it happening? And if so, then just let it be and I'll take a higher low. That's completely fine. Do you understand? And then now on this candle where you see the wick to the top and the bottom, it's just a candle that I don't really mess with. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Because the lower we go, it just starts to create that range. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go on.
It was at the 6 o'clock close, that higher low. That's what I was looking at. But as you say, it's made the range now. So
6 o'clock around here.
The 6 o'clock close on the 15-minute. That higher low.
This here.
Yeah.
Because you have that break of structure. I see what you mean, and then that higher low.
Yeah.
But you only have that one candle here to indicate that that would have been the higher low. It's easy to see that that's the higher low now, but would you have taken that now as a higher low?
Probably not, because of there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's easy to say it now, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's easy to say now. And this is why when you guys are back testing, always make sure you're doing this properly. Like if I analyze your charts, I will say to you, yeah, it was a good trade even if it lost. And if it won, I'll still tell you it's a bad trade if it was a bad trade. Do you understand? Yeah. Somebody messaged me today, I think it was, and was like talking to me about a trade they took. And the trade plummeted in their direction, didn't even pull back once, and smashed take profit. And they was like, was that a good trade? I was like, well, you know, this is why it wasn't a good trade. And it was like, what, do you think it was just luck? And I was like, well, yeah, there's an element to that because the structure hasn't changed. And if we're trading in a systematic way based on a proven strategy, then we need to be taking trades in accordance with that, because the minute we start to take trades that, you know, step outside of that remit, then that's when our results are going to start to show conflicting numbers. So that's why I say, if this was an indication and you had two 15-minute candles with wick rejections and blah, 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 and it looked like the higher low, then you could take it. But with this one doji, I don't think it would have been a tradable opportunity, even though it is the higher low and the higher high was formed. Does this make sense?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Okay, cheers.
Hey, Rox, hi.
Yeah, Chatwin, go on. Take it. Go for the last.
Yeah, so right now, if I want to take a sell on this current chart right now, so the 1 hour shows a long wick rejection to the downside. So that would make me think twice. So I would either wait for like a confirmation before I take the sell and try and reach break even before it reaches the red line below. Would that be right?
The way the market is talking to us right now is more likely to see this market go up than go down, okay? Just from the way the market's talking to us. We're not looking at this from an hourly perspective. We're looking at the behavior on this time frame. And the behavior at this moment in time is showing a lot more bullish pressure than it is bearish. Simply because these are the wick rejections on the 4H. This is the wick rejection on the 4H. This is a wick rejection on the 4H. And now, if you plan to sell this just because it looks like a lower high, look what you're selling into on the 4H. You're selling back into its body and its wick that it's created, which basically means you're asking this candle to go from being bearish with bullish sentiment to now retest this level for you to now turn back into bearish. You're asking this candle to do way too much.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yep.
Now, imagine this candle had just opened, and this is where it opened, and it's just formed its wick. And you've got evidence that this is a lower high without any of this information. You can then reasonably suspect that the market could push down. But with all this information screaming at us, it's not worth taking the trade as a sell. Do you understand?
Okay. So basically, it's already like done its range and left a wick to the lower side. So then we'd be expecting too much.
Yeah. And I don't care if this flies down. And I mean, take the trade if you want. But me personally, even though I see this as a nice lower high on the hourly, I don't care if this flies down 1,000 pips and goes in my direction. I didn't take the trade, because technically the structure of this market is telling us one thing, that at this moment in time, the behavior is up with bullish pressure. Yes, we're getting evidence of this. It's completely fine. And when you scale down, you may not now start to see this evidence here. But what I want to see is strong momentum change in the market, then a lower high, and then I'll take the sell, because I don't need to be first in the market. I can always be second once that information has illustrated itself to me with this setup.
Oh, okay, great. Yep.
Yeah, because, yeah, just the 4H is not pretty, man.
Yeah, yep. That's what I had in mind. So it's good you cleared it out for me. I feel good.
Well, if you take it, let me know what happens. I'll keep my screen open on this anyway.
It's actually like it's 12:20 a.m. over here, so I think I'm gonna hit to bed now.
Yeah, man. I would do that. I would do that. Just let it go.
Probably tomorrow.
All right, Chatwin. Good speaking to
All
you.
right.
Man.
You too.
Well, everybody, thanks for the session. Nice talking to you. I said half an hour, but we've been on here almost an hour. But anyway, it always happens. Have a fantastic evening, a fantastic day, and look forward to seeing them those trades coming through tomorrow. All right. Take care for now. Please do not ask me if this is going to be uploaded. It's always uploaded, but probably a day or two later. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.